Hey y'all, it's Boots Rambler here, and I'm going to be talking to you guys. This is my introductory video, and I'm going to be here to explain in this first video exactly what's going on. A lot of explaining to do. Why are you looking at a pair of boots? What the heck are you going to be hearing? What am I talking about? And that's what all these shows, every episode is going to be more of a sort of an unraveling, peeling the onion layer by layer by layer, getting down to what I need to talk about. But one thing I want to say to start is regarding the boots. These boots are symbolic of putting our big boy pants on and our boots on and getting back to work. I think Elon Musk aptly described the situation when he talked about the Tesla employees getting back to work and not just sitting at home. I have been with COVID. I was just kind of sitting around in my shorts, comfortable, in my flip-flops, slippers, socks, and I realized nothing was really getting done. I'm a writer, director, producer in Hollywood, but if you look me up on IMDb, you're not going to see much or maybe nothing. And I'm just being real and honest here with you. And this is kind of my therapy, and you are being my therapist. But guess what? I'm also kind of being your therapist. I'm being your sort of your coach, because as I know enough about coaching, I lived with a professional coach for a year and a half, was a housemate, and he got $1,000 an hour, and he gave me all the books to read. I got free $1,000 an hour coaching for quite a while, for a year and a half, and I'm going to pass that on to you here as well. So stick around. I think there's a lot to say, a lot to learn, a lot to discover. Come with me on a journey. There's going to be many, many, many episodes, and we're going to find out what's going to happen. Are we ever going to go beyond these boots? Where are these boots going to take us? I am very, very recently passionate about politics, and I'm not going to go into that. It's not what this show is, not going to be about politics, but I will say that very happy that people are getting into politics now more and more and more from every political spectrum, and I would not have a problem taking these boots all the way to the White House if that's what happens. But I also am totally cool if this never turns into anything more than a few YouTube videos. Hey, you know what? I did it, and I wanted to bring up the first thing here, which is execution. You might be one of those people like I am who's always had a problem with execution. I talk a lot, and I want to also coach you. Be real with yourself, be brutal with yourself, be honest, be transparent. And I'm going to be just real and transparent and honest right here and just tell you that most of my life I've been more of a talker than a doer. I'm great at coming up with ideas, but I was taught ideas are pointless and useless if you don't actually execute them. I have a couple of film projects in the works here. We came close to getting a $10 million feature film greenlit just before quarantine struck. There was a meeting in Manhattan, a producer, and it got canceled on like April 22nd, 2020, I believe. But I can't make excuses. Another lesson is don't make excuses. That's not an excuse. I have not executed in my life, and I had all kinds of reasons. I will say one thing in my defense. When I was a painter, I started in my 20s as a fairly successful oil painter, realist, figurative oil on canvas. And I sold almost 200 paintings, and I got in a made for a Showtime documentary film. So I had some degree of success when I was able to just rely on myself. It was only up to me to do the painting, and I didn't have to wait for other people, rely on other people. Just go to the store, buy the canvas, buy the paint. And I find that in Hollywood, what's so frustrating and aspiring to be, well, I am a director, writer-director. I'm not I'm not well known. I'm not making a living at it yet, but I am a writer, director, and it's incredibly difficult because there's so many other people that you need to wait on and rely on, and most of all, funding. So I just want to say that when you're in a position like this and you need to execute, just do what, when David slew the giant Goliath, what did he do? He didn't use all the traditional armor and the sword and the shield. He just used what little was in his hand, and he defeated the giant with 5 smooth stones. And what's in my hand is my phone. And I have a brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. And I have to say that Apple is doing just the most phenomenal job with their phones and their cameras. And I love this camera. It's not a red camera. I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I can't shoot because I don't have a red camera. I can edit, but I don't even need to edit these videos. It's just going to be point, shoot, talk. And I think I might have brought this other thing up, is just do what you love to do and do what you're good at. You know, you might be a lawyer or a doctor or an NBA player, or probably not an NBA player in this case, but what is it that you're really, really good at? It may be something you don't even realize. And when I was thinking about it, even though I'm fairly good at a bunch of different stuff, I mean, the one indisputable thing that I am good at, and as good as anyone I know, is talking and rambling. And it's just freaky to me, not freaky at all, but it's sad when I hear people that say they went on a date and, you know, they didn't know what to say. Like, oh, it was so uncomfortable, I didn't know what to say. That is so weird to me. I never don't know what to say. There's always something to talk about, always, always, always. And so this is my gift, is just gift of gab, they used to call it. I know how to talk, I know what to talk about, and because I was a paid professional researcher for Burrell's, which is, last I heard, #1 news research company on the globe, I have read and read and read. I was paid to read. I used to be paid to read scripts. I've been paid to read the LA Times. I've been paid to do research. I've crammed my head for like several decades with knowledge, read almost maybe 1,000 books. So you're going to hear a lot of facts and figures and statistics and head knowledge, and I'll be the first to admit too that EQ is probably more important. I'm definitely not boasting, because Siri knows way more than I do. As much as I know, I can't compare it to Siri, but I can at least filter it through a personality, through a human. So as you watch, you're going to be learning. Hopefully you're going to be motivated. Hopefully you're going to be wanting to, what is the word I'm looking for? You're going to be wanting to find out, where's this going? Where are these boots going to go? Someday I may press that little button right there. Let's see if we can get it. Someday I may press that, and we'll see some action here. And we are going to see some action here. And, you know, probably would be on a track. I can't promise anything, but I did used to be, back before there was the Fast and the Furious. Like any 19-year-old, I was a complete idiot, and I raced illegal street racer on Mulholland Drive here in LA. So I know my way around the gas and the brake. And by the way, this is a very, very interesting observation, political observation, that I will make right here, and you're going to see nowhere else on the internet. Guess what? We have right in front of us the two political parties in America. We have liberal progressives and conservatives. And guess what? You have to have both of these. If you don't have both of these pedals, you're really, sorry, I'm going to use the word, you're screwed. Okay, you have to have the gas, you have to have the brake, or there's no point in driving. It's unsafe. Gas without the brake, unsafe. Brake without the gas, pointless. Okay, so that's kind of my take on politics. I think you can be way too extreme on the other. There's some people that are afraid, and they're always hitting the brake all the time, and it's like, dude, Have some trust in God. Like, let's go. And there's some people, the ones that are currently running the country right now, I'm gonna have to say it's just nothing but go, 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 go. And we might be driving off a cliff, to be honest. So I think we need some breaks. That's my little comment for the day. Does that mean I'm a centrist? Does it mean I'm not? I'm not going to go into this again. I don't want it to be a political show, and that's kind of why I wanted to make that comment. We need both, guys. We need Democrats and Republicans. I personally am not going to go any further into it. I don't want to alienate half my viewers. Please forgive me if you hate Trump or if you. Anyway, I think I've dug that hole long enough. Just let's forget about that. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is, I don't know where this is going to go, but this could end up being, it'll never go any further than this. We may never get out of the driveway, or I may end up with these boots in the Oval Office. And that's kind of the exciting point of this show, is we're going to see where we're going to go with this. And again, the point I wanted to make is that you've just got to start with what you've got in your hand and do what you love. I love to talk, and I'm good at it. Okay, if you love to garden, you should start a gardening business. If you love to sew, you should be a seamstress. If you love to fly, you should be a pilot. You should be like Top Gun, and believe for the best. Believe you can be a Top Gun. I'm not telling you anything you haven't already heard a million times, but hopefully I'm telling it to you in a more interesting way. And hopefully there's a journey here. I'm not just Tony Robbins motivating you. We're going on a journey, okay? But the first thing you got to do is put on your big boy boots and your pants. You got to get out of the slippers, out of the shorts, out of the pajamas. And if America is going to get going and drive into the future, we seriously need to put on our boots, people. And not to be political again, I'm very, very liberal culturally. I love girls' gothic black boots, knee-high boots. Put on your boots, people. Let's go. Talk to you soon.